point of art is not to reproduce reality, but to create a reality of the same intensity. This is the Art Express. Welcome to the show. Antoli is my name.
My name is Rele. Rele gave me my first show ever in 2017. So I owe my career to her. If she hadn't given me the platform all those years ago, I don't know if I'd be where I am today. So I'm very grateful to her for everything she's done. My work is very colorful, but it's also deeply entrenched in Nigerian history, especially the Igbo people of Nigeria, showcasing our culture and, exporting it overseas so people can learn a lot more about who we are as a people. But on the surface, it's very bright, very colorful, very beautiful.
My name is Ayobami Ogungbe, and I'm an artist signed to Rele Gallery. Rele Gallery is a gallery that represents mostly young artists, and they've been doing so for a decade now. And they are one of the institutions that really brought about the paying attention of the art industry to young artists. And by virtue of that, they've also been able to introduce like the young populace, the youth, to be interested in the arts. They changed opening days in Lagos for young artists. A lot of young artists, are now interested in viewing art and also in collecting art. So the broad stroke of it is that Rele Gallery is like a home for young people to go and experience art. My work is primarily, this is my work behind me. So my work primarily starts with photography, and I make photography prints, 2 separate prints, and I weave them together into each other. And at the basis of it, my work interrogates the relationship we have with living spaces that we live in, right? So take for example, if you have an office job and the person you are in your office, there are some things you can do in your house that you cannot do in your office, right? There are the people that you know in your house that you have like a different relationship with, as against the people that you work with. Do you understand? So my practice tries to find the nuance, right, in between the kind of persons that we are when we are at work and the kind of person that we are when we are at home.
My name is David Olatoye. Yeah, so Rele Gallery is one of the galleries that has helped young artists and have benefited from this grace as well. Okay, so I had my Young Contemporaries here 2019/2020, yeah, which makes me one of the artists that is showcasing in their 10th anniversary. So about this particular work, so this work grew from a series, from a body of work that I started, which is mirroring myself and talking about mental health, because I went through a phase in my life that I didn't think I was going to overcome, and then when I overcame the whole thing, it was like a big surprise to me. And since then, I've been trying to talk about that process of healing and the process of being mentally stable as a man, because we go through a lot, and sometimes we don't get to talk about it, or we don't even talk about it at all. So the work behind me is just an expression of my thoughts and a fragmented phase that I went through during the process of what I went through, of what happened to me.
The Rele Arts Foundation proudly celebrates a decade of nurturing young African artists with the 10th edition of the Young Contemporaries program. This exhibition showcases the work of 6 artists who emerged from the foundation's residency in Ekiti, Nigeria. This anniversary is not just about Rele's achievements, but an opportunity to reaffirm the dedication to championing contemporary African art and supporting the next generation of artists. The Milestone Year celebration featured a comprehensive program of exhibitions, panel discussions, and workshops designed to engage diverse audiences and foster critical conversations about African art.
KD Otaru, and I'm an artist. I live in Lagos, and I work here in Lagos, Nigeria. Leo Gallery, they've been a great part of my career and my growth as an artist, and they've helped me think like an artist. They've helped me in many ways. I've had two solo exhibitions with them, amongst others, and they have the really young contemporary Art Foundation. They've helped me in a lot of ways as an artist and my career. So spanning several years till this moment, and they're still a huge part of my career as well. And I mean, I would say I couldn't have come this far without them, but I make myself a liar. They've actually been like a great contributor to my career. This work is titled Call Center, and this one is titled I Chop Am. So basically my work talks about everyday social life, but more about the early 2000s and the late 90s. You know, for someone my age, so I talk about things that we used to do back then that we don't do anymore, but I try to bring it in a modern form, in a modernized way. And the style of my art's negative, so it's kind of like introducing technology and traditional art. So if I could show you another way to view the works through my phone, you see what I'm talking about.
My name is Adama Delphine Fawundu. Well, this is very exciting to be at the 10th year anniversary of Rele. I remember when they first opened. I got a chance to visit the gallery then. So it's nice to see a gallery that has expanded and is in various locations around the world, and to know that they're celebrating 10 years. So I'm excited to see where the gallery is going and the impact that they'll continue to have on the art world globally. But in this gallery, it was very exciting to see the way that artists are pushing materials, experimenting, the use of color. I think that they're making work that's competitive on a global scale. Yeah, so it's really exciting, and I'm interested in continuing to follow the gallery, to follow the artists. I didn't know all, so it's making me interested in their work and seeing where they go.
New Direction, an exhibition of 7 great artists by Core Gallery, curated by Ugonna Ibekwe. Let's take a look.
The title of the exhibition is New Directions. So it features 7 artists from the Nsukka Art School, and the Nsukka Art School, which is the other name for the Department of Fine and Applied Arts, University of Nigeria Nsukka, is globally known for 2 things. Basically the Uli, which began with Uche Okeke's ideology of Uli and propagating. You have Obiojechukwu moving on with it to storytelling. You have Ologi coming in at some point, and you have L coming in from Ghana to join them. Then with L, we now had a new evolution of Igwebike, that is the strength in multitude. So most of the artists moved forward with that to maintain a contemporary view, to maintain their impact in the contemporary art scene globally. So with Igwebike, we have the artists coming in to have minute things which would not have surfaced as artworks before to become artworks by binding, tying, gluing, different methods to make into massive artworks. So simply this show now is simply featuring a younger generation of the Nsukka Art School who are using that principle, who are propelling that principle in with their different materials and mediums. So it's featuring 7 artists of the Nsukka Art School, and that's building on what Utamberg has already done with the new traditions of the Nsukka Art School by Utamberg.
Cole is pleased to present New Directions, a group exhibition that brings together 7 contemporary artists who have been trained at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, within the Department of Fine and Applied Art. These artists represent innovative approaches to addressing global phenomena through a diverse range of mediums and artistic forms. They employ experimental processes to reimagine natural and found materials in symbolic ways, drawing inspiration from the Nsukka School's embrace of Igwebuike art ideologies and the Igbo belief in the strength of community and multitudes.
I have 3 works on display. I have this one right behind me is a before we decided, and then I am also exhibiting sunflowers and then eyewitness third party. So the 2 artworks, basically the 2 artworks after before we decided and eyewitness third party are basically about the Igbo apprenticeship system. You know, that's the most interesting part of my work. That's the main story behind my work, the Akulono. Yeah, so it's talking about the agreement. In this particular artworks, I was trying to talk about how the agreement is made before an apprentice goes on to serve his master in the city. You understand how the agreement is made, the people involved, and what was said, what was agreed upon, and then the aftermath of what happens when things fall apart, like when at the end of the day, either the master betrays the apprentice or the apprentice makes away with some valuables of the master. So that's the entire story behind those 2 works.
Well, Nsukka has a long lineage of very important artists who have studied there and taught there. So there's really a tradition of artists who have been mentored by their professors over the years and really together have found a distinctive style. There's artists such as Uche Okeke, who founded the department in the 1960s. There's Ella Natsui, who led the department for over 30 years, and Ozioma Onuzulike, who led the department after that. All very influential artists who have taught their students who are now exhibiting here. And they're known for using found materials, using natural materials, and experimenting with different processes in different material ways. And so their works become really symbolic gestures of different social and political issues, but they play with techniques of abstraction and sculpture and installation and painting.
Well, today I came to incubate, train a lot of young people right here. I came to inspire the coming generation of artists. I also, came to tell them a little bit of my story, how I was able to navigate, the hurdles of the art market, and to move to the phase where I am now today. So it's been a very challenging story, but a story is sweet when the end of the story, one has been able to record a little bit of success. So, and I use that, as a narrative to really inspire, to touch lives, to, to shed more light on strategies of how one can move from nothing to something. Well, the title of today's program is From Gown to Town, beyond the gown. And, technically it talks about the life after school and how one can, move from, achieve greatness from, within what you're doing just after school. Well, one of the things I want the student to learn out of the conversation is, number one, to rediscover themselves. Number two is to, get their authentic signature. Number three is to, to pick art as a serious career. Art is not just art for art's sake. It's not just you doing art because you want to beautify a work. Art is something that people should do to solve a problem. And those are one of the areas that I focused on, and I try to delve deep into it. Yeah.
Taiwo Agoy, J.O. I'm representing the acting provost, Dr. Isaac Miller. These are some of the artworks of students. In fact, our students are very good. They have done a lot of ceramic work, clay, sculpture, even painting, and these are just a few of what they have done. Some of their products are even in the market. And in fact, some of their programs are even given out as gift items. And so this is the College of Education Technical, and also we take good cognizance of the technical aspect of it to make sure that our students are not just going to be students that will go and teach in the future, but to be able to create jobs, create employment for themselves. And as you can see, all these ones are small compared to what they have. They should learn their art very well and also take cognizance, learn from their mentors, the lecturers. These are their mentors. And they see, like you can see over there, you see what the lecturers have done. And our students also, when you listen attentively to your lecturers, you are also able to learn from your lecturers, make them your mentors, your role models, and also be able to do something, be creative, so that in future, you too might come out and stand like this in front of people and showcase yourself.
Beyond the Gown is a platform created to bridge the gap between the gown and the town, a statutory obligation of an institution of learning, as renowned studio art practitioners and young academic scholars meet for a better understanding of art practices for sustainable development. The event is also channeled to motivate students to put more efforts in their academics and see beyond the four corners of the classroom.
My name is Sudro Dola. I'm a lecturer here, one of the lecturers here. What we are showcasing here is some of the students' works, but in another dimension entirely. This is the third event in this atmosphere. The umbrella name or title for this event is Atmosphere, where we have workshops, we have exposure, which is paying a visit to the gallery, and at the same time, call someone to come and talk to them. So this is the third one. The first one, which is the workshop, we taught them how to present their works. Before, they will bring the works to the classroom. Maybe they have an assignment, they will just bring with bare hands. But this time around, we want them to present the work, how it will be, interesting, and people appreciate their works more. And at the same time, to let them understand and see the beauty of their works. When you have a work and you have not been presenting it well, you might not see the uniqueness and the beauty of that work. But this time around, we are teaching them how to do mounting on the pedestals, and at the same time, do a paper frame for their 2D works. Why pedestal for the 3D works? So it's all about teaching them how to present the works.
My name is Celine Topo Wing Priye, and I'm a student of Fine and Applied Arts from the School of Federal College of Education. The importance of today's program is to enlighten the upcoming youths like me and my fellow colleagues on different aspects of arts, what it can bring to you, what it brings to people that has gone through artworks, how it helps you enhance your creativity, helps you express yourself as a human being. I see myself as a painter, a very amazing painter, because I'm working towards it. What they say is being determined to do something is it key. So yeah, I'm being determined to becoming a painter, a very good painter at that. So that's why I see myself in the picture, a very good painter, earning a lot of money.
My name is Mr. Opadusu James Omoni. So, and everything that is involved in this atmosphere is art-oriented, is from art. Now, the program is a yearly program. It will be coming up every year. And the essence of it is to introduce our students to certain aspects of life that they are not used to before. And this aspect of life, we want to gain them from the experience of artists, that renowned artists in the society, both within and from abroad. And that is why this atmosphere festival is put up. The festival will be coming up every year, and it's of 4 parts. The first segment of it is titled Articulate. And that Articulate, students are to be taught certain aspect of art in form of work. It will take the form of workshop. And like the last one that we had during this program, during this atmosphere festival, I think you have some of their works here. And they were taught there how to make stands for artwork and how to make frame for their paper works. So that will help them, especially in their exhibition, because every year 3 students must have a final year exhibition. And by the time it is time for that, they will have been exposed to how to make frame on there. Instead of waiting money outside, it's what they can do. So we have trained them on that during this atmosphere program, which I said earlier is tagged Articulate. Then the second one is the one that we had, I think, on the 28th, that took us to Nike Art Gallery. It's a field walk. We had to field trip. We went there to see, for our students to see artworks, so that they will be inspired. What they have seen there, we serve as a motivating factor for them.
Wow, creative isn't the way I think, it's the way I live. And that's too much we can take today on the Art Express. Now keep living creatively and keep a date with us same time next week.